relative to research, I think one of the things that many of us do right away now when something comes up, when we hear some kind of disease, for example, is jump on the internet and see what we can find out. And so that was certainly my case, and I wanted to, when I started to get into the stage where I was pursuing this transplant, understand what to expect in terms of what that process involved and what to expect in terms of my likely progression in terms of my disease and how quickly I would likely see my lung capacity decline and what to expect post-transplant. Kind of everything you want to know about this perspective. Well, what I found was very fragmented and limited information on pulmonary fibrosis, and very hard to get to some of the information that is available. So the wonderful thing about the internet is that there's so much information out there. The challenge with the internet is it can be so hard to find it, and sometimes there's a lot of information but not the information you need. So I think in particular for this disease, pulmonary fibrosis, there's just not a lot of practical hands-on information available. There is a body of work in the medical journals with the highly technical articles that the professionals in the field have written and refer to. In many cases, those are not even available other than in abstract form to the general public. And then you've got a few very superficial, high-level overviews of what pulmonary fibrosis is. And then you've got, the UCSF website and the websites for some of the other transplant centers with some different degrees of information, but not a lot from a patient perspective of here's the stuff you really want to know. And in my particular situation, understanding that every patient is different, one of the really challenging things has been understanding what to expect in terms of what the progression of my disease was likely to look at and how quickly I'd lose my lung capacity. So it's not that I was looking for an absolute guaranteed answer. I couldn't even find information on general data for statistics. Given a population of 100 people with this disease, here's kind of the range of what they experienced. Here's kind of an average of what they experienced. None of that information is available. And when I'd asked the questions to my pulmonologists, and many of them that I've worked with, none of them really had an answer either. So one of the challenges with this has been, the challenge with research and information and feeling like, I was going into it half blind and only able to see, so far ahead of me as if, it was a blizzard or a heavy, heavy rainstorm, and you can see the 5 feet in front of your car, and you can know there's a road down in front of you somewhere, but not really know anything about it other than what you can see immediately in front of you. It's kind of how it feels. And I think with most people, when you're feeling a lot of uncertainty and you have a lot of kind of anxiety or, concern about what's this mean to me, especially in a life-threatening situation, the more you can understand it and the more information you have, the more I think most of us at least are able to get comfortable with it. Well, unfortunately, in this particular situation with this disease, you really don't get that, which I think is something that's challenging about it and an area where I'm hopeful that better resources will be available to people in the future.